This video will show you how to replace the cooling fan control module on a forward edge. This will be located on the front of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Now along the driver's side, we can see where our air filter housing is. We have this metal bracket. It's held in place with two 8mm headed bolts. Let's remove the pair in that bracket. Slide that off of there. Just remove that mounting hardware. We'll keep all this together. For now, we're just going to set it aside. Now that we have that out of the way, we're following the air filter housing towards our mass airflow sensor. You're going to find that you have a small red locking tab. Go ahead and pry that out of place. I'm just using a small pocket screwdriver. You can use an angled pick if necessary. Once you have that pulled out and away, you should be able to hold on to the locking tab located in the same area. We're pressing that in. Now once you have that dislodged, you should be able to grab onto the small locking tab directly in the center, squeeze that in, and pull it out of place. Let's start removing the upper housing from the air inlet tube leading towards the throttle body. We have an 8mm headed clamp. Just go ahead and turn that counterclockwise. Now that I have that loose enough, I'm going to continue on with my two locking tabs along the inboard side, and we can slide this out of place. For these locking tabs, just pry them out of place. We'll take hold of the air filter housing and the inlet tube. We're going to carefully separate the two. Now we're lifting this up and away. You're going to find along the driver's side of the upper housing, you have three locating tabs. On the lower housing, you have an area for those three to fit into. Let's remove our air filter from the area. We'll give it a quick inspection. Set that aside. Let's take hold of the lower housing and the inlet tube and carefully lift them up and out of position. Along the bottom, there should be some rubber mounting grommets. There we go, that's starting to come up. We can see two locating tabs, and if you were looking inside where the body of the vehicle is, we can see our two rubber grommets right down here. As far as the electrical connectors, I'm starting with the inboard side here, closest to the center of the engine. For this, it has a locking tab. I'm taking hold of the locking tab, carefully pulling it out and away. After you have each one of your connectors dislodged, a quick inspection for corrosion, of course. This looks fine, so we'll set it aside. On to the next connector. Now, as far as this connector, it does have a locking tab as well, but it's actually on the inboard side, closest towards our fan assembly. We're going to squeeze this in and we'll pull it out of place. Just as before, no corrosion. This looks good. Now at this point, we will have one Phillips head mounting screw tucked under this area. Let's go ahead and remove that. Let's take hold of the fan control module. We're going to pull it towards the driver's side, removing it from the passenger side. It has two small locating tabs. There it is, friend. Let's make sure we clean our mounting area prior to installation here. For this, I'm just giving it a quick wipe. Nothing's cracked or damaged in any way here. Now it's time to install the fan control module. Looking along the inboard side, you remember that we had two locating tabs. Now as we look at the fan assembly, you can see exactly where those need to be. We're going to line this up. We'll slide it towards the passenger side. Once it's properly in place, continue on with our Phillips head screw. As far as that, just go ahead and start it in and snug it up. Keep in mind, you are only screwing into plastic. We do not want to strip this out. Let's continue on with our electrical connectors. As far as our connectors, we have the larger one on the driver's side. The locking tab faces the fan. Press it in, audible click, make sure it's secured in place. As for the inboard one, the locking tab is facing towards the engine. Audible click, and it's secure. Let's prepare to install our lower air filter housing. Before we bring it into position, pay attention along the lower bracket. We have two small rubber grommets. Apply some lubricant. After applying lubricant, if you are looking at the bottom of the lower air filter housing, we can see the two locating tabs that will slide into those rubber grommets. Let's line it up, press it straight down, make sure it's secured in place. I have it lined up. Let's press it in. Just an audible click from that. Quick wiggle. Let's go ahead and secure this in place as well. This is just going to slide directly into this position here. Press it on. Now we have our small bracket. As far as the inboard side, closest to the housing, it's going to go under the rubber grommet. Once I have it in place, I'm going to continue on with my 2 mounting bolts. We want to make sure we start them both in before tightening either of them. Time for the air filter. Let's get this in place. Upper air filter housing. As for the outboard side, towards the driver's side, we have 3 locating tabs. The lower housing has 3 slots for these to line up with. Once you have it pressed in, we're going to swing this down, and then we have the air inlet tube that goes from the air filter housing towards our throttle body. Once you have it completely pressed into position, tighten your 8mm headed clamp. Make sure it's nice and tight. We'll make sure that we secure our upper housing to the lower housing. We have 2 locking tabs for this. Line them up, press them in, listen for a click. Now it's time for the mass airflow sensor electrical connector. As far as this connector, the locking tab will be along the bottom. Once you have it pressed in and you hear an audible click, lock it in with the secondary locking tab. That is secure, locked in, double checked. Let's secure the wiring harness next. This just goes into the corner of the air filter housing. You can use a wire tie if that happens to be broken. Okay friend, we finished our installation. Now the next thing you want to do is start the vehicle. You're going to let it run for a while until it gets up to normal operating temperature. After that, you should hear the cooling fans turn on. Once you've heard the cooling fans turn on, go ahead and close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.